We think that woman is liberated and that woman is free, but in the reality, if you look closer, segregation of the woman is in place. It's neither fashionable in my eyes. It's a reality. It's not a fashion, it's a reality for me. By the end of the 70s, the 80s, they pretended that women's liberation is done, and then the woman is free, and then we have to move on. And the woman who wasn't free was the woman in Africa or in the Middle East, because she's not free. And I believe that until I went to art school, and then I had this unfortunate or fortunate, I don't know, incident where a male teacher refused to teach me painting because I was a woman in France at the end of the 80s. And that was for me a very big slap on the face. I needed to revenge. I needed to choose something very feminine and very submissive, and this kind of make it upside down and take it as a tool of rebellion. You know, the strange thing is, when I do my painting on the flat surface, I am upset. When I started to do ceramics and sculpture, I am not in the same upset mind. While I'm doing sculpture and ceramics, I painted on ceramic. This is my painting. I am so happy. I don't have this grudge from this teacher or from anybody. But I don't know why when I do my painting, I wish I can paint the same way, I can forget, for example, but I can't. Well, I didn't conceive Paravent Girls really this series as Paravent. What I was more interested in, it was in the cardboard. Oh, I wanted to work with cardboard because it was something that if you live in New York, it's one of the most prominent thing you see on the street everywhere. There's cardboard everywhere. And then they fly like this in the street, and they have sometimes weird forms by themselves because they are totally out of shape. So I was very much interested in these casual forms that you find on the streets. I like the kind of fragility of the box, the lightness of the box, and I'm hoping to make a sculpture that will be light as well and fragile, not fragile, looking fragile, but solid. That's why we're doing it in bronze. It's a journey, it's an experience, and I am very happy to just explore this. I need to keep the feeling of the cardboard because for me it's very important and then of course by nature the cardboard when it's cut open, it's a divider in a way. It's a divider and it's a sculpture. I did in bronze, and the more I was experimenting, the more I felt very at ease with this medium. I loved it. I loved the process. I loved the way it made me feel. I kind of were thinking more abstractly in a pure form. So I don't know, it was very, I loved it. There is a difference between the sculpture, for example, the garden that I do and the sculpture that are on by itself or in bronze in an object that is not with plants. My gardens are all of them extremely political. Very political, and it has a message, and it's very clear, and it's a public space, and it has to do with public, and the language it's a very almost it's a very site-specific, culture-specific. The Paravent Girls are totally taken out of this context of political context, and they are just forms, and almost I think they are abstract, and I'm developing more and more abstract sculpture. For me, sculpture is about light, how the light gets through the object with these flaps of the cardboard, and then and then of course, yes, and then they become paravent. It's supposed to hide something, but it doesn't hide anything. Yes, it does hide, because you never see the others anyway. The other side, you know, if you see a front side with a woman, you are wondering what's happening in the back side as well. I don't see a difference anyways between any of the art forms, like between singing or painting or drawing or making a film. It's all expression of one's creativity, or music making, which is like, for me, the most magical. I wish I can do it, like creation, for example. So for me, there is no really difference when I do a sculpture. I do a sculpture because I don't think it's right to do it in a form of painting. Whatever I'm doing in this medium has to be in this medium, and it cannot be substituted. So there is no difference in the sense that each medium has its own expression.